Solubility and solubility product. Solubility is an ability of a substance to dissolve. It is measured in terms of the maximum amount of solute dissolved in a solvent at equilibrium. So this solution or the resulting solution is called a saturated solution. But there are certain substances that are soluble in all proportions with a given solvent, such as ethanol and water. So ethanol and water that are soluble in all proportions are known as miscible substances, or the phenomena is known as miscibility. So the property is known as miscibility when different substances are soluble in all proportions. Usually solvent is a liquid, which can be a pure substance or a mixture of liquids, and the species that dissolves is the solute, that can be a gas, liquid, or a solid. Solute is the species that dissolve to the solvent, and the solubility is expressed for the ability of the solvent to dissolve the solute, or the ability of the solute to get dissolved into the solvent. The solubility range is a wide range from infinitely soluble, known as miscible, to poorly soluble, such as silver chloride in water, to a minimum solubility known as insoluble. The term insoluble is often applied to poorly soluble compounds, though strictly speaking there are very few cases where there is absolutely no material dissolved. The process of dissolving, called dissolution, is relatively straightforward for covalent substances such as ethanol. When ethanol dissolved in water, the ethanol molecules remain intact but form new hydrogen bond with water, as shown in dotted lines. When, however, certain ionic compounds such as sodium chloride dissolved in water, the sodium chloride lattice dissolves into separate ions which are solvated. Means first it's dissociated into respective ionic species, and then these are solvated, means these are surrounded by the water molecules depending on the type of charges over these dissociated ionic species. So we have discussed the range of solubility, that is starting from infinitely soluble substances to insoluble substances. So there is a middle range that is known as poorly soluble substances. Among various kinds of solubilities, the distinguishing feature of a chemical compound that is sparingly soluble in a particular medium is the solubility product, denoted as Ksp value. And the solubility product, or Ksp value, describes an equilibrium between a solid and its constituent ions or dissociated species in a solution. In practice, the known Ksp values are referred only to aqueous media. So Ksp values refer to aqueous media. Another important point that must be considered, that or one should note, that the expression for the solubility product and then the Ksp value of the precipitate depend on the notation of a reaction in which this precipitate is involved. So in order to understand this point, let's consider the solubility of ionic solids in water. Solubility may be considered to be an equilibrium. The equilibrium is between solid and ions in solution. Ionized in aqueous solution once it actually dissolves. So for example, if we have sodium chloride, that is a solid crystal, when dissolved into the water, it changes to sodium chloride aqueous form, and then it is dissociated into sodium and chloride ions. And the term solubility always refers to the amount of solid, either in moles or grams, that actually does dissolve in solution, producing ions. So this amount can be calculated from total amount dissolved and undissolved amount left behind for a particular solid. The term solubility may also be used in a quantitative sense. There is no magic point above which a salt can be described as soluble and below which a salt can be described as insoluble. So we usually call very roughly a particular compound can be soluble, slightly soluble, and insoluble. So the soluble compounds usually have at least 0.1 mole per liter that must dissolve, and for slightly soluble that can be maybe 0.001 to 0.1 mole per liter, whereas for insoluble the amount can be less than 0.001 mole per liter. So these ranges describe that particular solute is either soluble, slightly soluble, or insoluble. So what is sparingly soluble? Sparingly soluble materials are those which have lowered solubility. Usually materials are treated as sparingly soluble if 1 gram of material or solute requires 30 to 100 ml volume of solvent needed That's a description from the standard sigma Aldrich. Now let's discuss what is solubility product. Solubility product is described in terms of solubility product constant known as Ksp, that is the equilibrium constant. So the solubility product constant is the equilibrium constant for a solid substance dissolving in an aqueous solution It represents the level at which a solute dissolves in solution. So this level is given by the constant known as solubility product constant. The more soluble a substance, is the higher the KSP value it has. Now consider a journal dissolution reaction. For example, if we have a substance that is denoted as A and it is dissociated into species C and D with number of moles of C and number of moles of D, and both of the species are dissolved, so these are aqueous species. If we consider the solution as aqueous solution when the solvent is used as water. To solve for the KSP, it is necessary to take the molarity or the concentration of the products. So we need to know the molarities and the concentration of the products, and then we can multiply them, and this KSP is the equilibrium constant. It depends on the concentration of the species C raised to power the stoichiometric coefficient into other species and raised to power the other stoichiometric coefficient. So if there are coefficient in front of any of the products, it is necessary to raise the product to that coefficient power and also multiply the concentration by the coefficient. It means if you are raising that the power 2, then you have to multiply with 2 into the concentration of C. Now let's start with a few examples. For example, if we have bismuth, sulfide when dissociated into bismuth 3+ and sulfide ion in water. So what is the form of equilibrium constant for this particular equilibrium? Here we can see that this species is solid. It cannot be included into the equilibrium constant. So the equilibrium constant can be written as the concentration of bismuth and concentration of sulfide ion raised to power the coefficients. It means we have to take the concentrations of the aqueous or dissolved species only. Now consider another example for a solution of silver chloride in water. The equilibrium is in between the silver chloride undissolved species that is in equilibrium with the dissolved species that is actually the dissociated species. One is silver ion and the other is chloride ion. When the equilibrium is set up, all three components must be present to be sure that the system is at equilibrium. So the equilibrium constant K can be written as for this reaction is the product of the concentration of the two species. We call this type of equilibrium constant a solubility product constant. symbolized by Ksp. So Ksp for silver chloride is the solubility product constant of silver chloride AgCl when it dissolves or tries to, according to the above equation. So like most equilibrium constants, its value depend on temperature. This is why more solid usually dissolves in a solution at higher temperature. So higher the temperature, more the solubility. Now let's calculate different solubility product constants for different examples. Again, consider an example of silver chloride, and if we want to calculate the solubility in, now first let's suppose if we have the value of Ksp constant. So conversely, we can calculate the solubility, that is the amount of solid that dissolves. So let's see how we can calculate the solubility of the silver chloride using the value of solubility product constant, that is the Ksp constant. So now let's again consider the equilibrium reaction between the undissolved silver chloride and dissolved species silver and chloride. So at start, before equilibrium, silver chloride was present as solid and the concentration of the dissolved or dissociated species was 0. And after some time there is an equilibrium that is established between the undissolved or solid species and the dissociated species. So after that, when equilibrium have been established, the amount of dissociated species that have been generated from the silver chloride is denoted as S. So one silver chloride is generating one silver ion and one chloride ion. So it means that this amount must be subtracted from the solid amount, as the number of solid particles of the silver chloride which have been dissociated into the dissociated species are decreased to a value of S. So how we can calculate the concentration of the dissociated species? So we need to reconsider the Ksp constant, that is actually equal to the concentration of the silver ion and concentration of the chloride ion. So it means we need to add the values, that is S is showing the amount that have been dissolved, and the Ksp value is provided, that is 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 10. So now we can calculate the value of S, that is 1.34 into 10 to the power minus 5 mole per liter. That was calculated by taking the square of S. S square is actually equal to this value, and then we can take the square root of these two values. In order to elaborate the concept of Ksp, let's consider another example. For example, if we have calcium carbonate have solubility in water, that is equal to 0.0180 gram per liter at 25 degrees centigrade, because we already have discussed that by increasing the temperature the solubility is changed. So what we have to do, calculate the Ksp or the solubility product constant for calcium carbonate. So if we know the concentration of the calcium carbonate, we can calculate the Ksp value so easily. The product constant, we need to know the molecular mass of calcium carbonate, that is 100 gram per mole. So the for the calculation of Ksp value, we need to draw the equilibrium equation, that is calcium carbonate when solid is dissolved in water, it must dissociate into calcium and carbonate ion, and we already know that the solubility of calcium carbonate is much lower. That is why this compound is known as sparingly soluble in water. So we can calculate the Ksp value for this compound. As I have already explained, that we can only express the solubility product value for the chemical compounds which are sparingly soluble in particular mediums, like we have taken the medium of water, that is aqueous medium. So here initially we have solid, and we cannot say that it's the equilibrium condition. Before equilibrium, the concentration of dissociated species was 0, and when they are dissolved, the dissolved species is known as S, and the total species that is dissolved is subtracted from the solid amount. And according to the equilibrium constant of this equilibrium equation, we need to multiply the concentration of calcium and carbonate to get the Ksp value. So here is the concentration is in gram per liter. So we have to multiply, that is S and S, and it must lead to the S square, and the concentration of S is 0.08 gram per liter. So we need to take the square, and this concentration was actually in gram per liter. But for the case of Ksp, we need the concentration in mole per liter. So how we can convert this concentration into mole? As we know that the unit of molecular mass of calcium carbonate is gram per mole, and if we divide 0.018 gram per liter with 0.018 gram per liter, so if we divide with 100.1, that is in gram per mole, so mole will move to numerator, and we get the concentration in mole per liter. So now we can take the square, that was according to the formula, and the Ksp is equal to 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 8. So remember, whenever you are going to calculate the Ksp value, you need to take the concentrations in mole per liter. If you have a concentration in gram per mole, you need to convert the unit into mole per liter by dividing it to the value of molecular mass of the compound. I'm going to consider another example of calcium fluoride. There is a question that is calcium fluoride dissolves in water to the extent of 0.0017 gram per 100 ml. And the question is, what is the Ksp for calcium fluoride if the molecular mass of or the molar mass of calcium fluoride is 78.1 gram per mole. Again, redo the steps we have been following for the silver chloride. At first we need to draw the equilibrium equation, that is calcium fluoride solid is dissociated into calcium and fluoridine, as the valency of fluoride is -1, so we need to multiply with 2 in order to balance the equation. And again, before the equilibrium, the concentration is, for example, the solid concentration of calcium fluoride is X, and after equilibrium is established, concentration of solid calcium fluoride X is subtracted to a value of S. Why we are using the same S for each species? Because these two species are actually dissociated from one X value. So for each X there are two S generated, and these S actually give the value of solubility, and using the equilibrium constant we can calculate the solubility product. So the equation gives the Ksp value equation, that is, here we have to observe that for each 1x, 1s and 2s for 2 fluoride are generated, so we need to multiply this s with 2. And for the case of solubility product constant, that is equilibrium constant, we according to the rule we have to multiply the concentration of the products raised to the power of stoichiometric coefficient. So we have s into s square, means we shouldn't ignore the 2s value, that is due to the number of fluoride ions that are generated from 1x or 2s. Here we get the value 4s cube, and if we know the concentration of s, that is given in gram per ml. So if we convert 100 ml into liter, it will change to 0.1 liter. Then it will be equal to 0.017 gram per liter. And remember, you need to take the concentration or the solubility amount in the unit of mole per liter. So what is the unit of molecular mass? That is gram per mole. If we divide this molecular mass with the mass in gram per liter, we can get the value in mole per liter. Here we have extracted the value of solubility, that is S value in mole per liter, by dividing the amount in gram per liter with molecular mass, that is in gram per mole. And using this value we can calculate the Ksp value, that is equal to 4.13 into 10 to the power 11. That is the value of Ksp for the calcium fluoride at 25 degrees centigrade. For clarification, let's discuss another example of lead chloride. So the question is, if solid lead chloride equilibrates with pure water, what are the concentration of lead ion and chloride ion in the solution at equilibrium? Ksp value is given. So now let's again draw the equilibrium equation, that is, again the concentration of the solid is X, and the concentration of the dissociated species were 0 before equilibrium, and at equilibrium the concentration of X, it has S, 2S, and the number of S that are the number of lead chloride species which are dissociated into lead and chloride ions. For this kind of equilibrium equation, we have Ksp constant describing the concentration of lead ion and chloride ion with raised to power 2, and the value of Ksp is given for lead, that is 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 5, and we need to take the concentration, that is 2S for the chloride, S for lead, so we get 4S cube, and here we can calculate the value of S. S is 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 5 over 4 raised to power 1 by 3. So in this way we can calculate the value 1.62. You can use the scientific calculator for this calculation, mole per liter, and this value is for S value, and that is the solubility value. So in the equation we have seen that the concentration of the lead ion was equal to S, so the concentration of the lead ion is 1.62 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter, whereas the concentration of the chloride ion was equal to 2S, so the concentration of the chloride ion will be double to the concentration of lead ions, because each lead chloride is generating 2 chloride and 1 lead ion. So the concentration is 3.24 into 10 to the power minus 2 mole per liter.